Two, three. We want to welcome everybody to Mom and Dad Talks, where our favorite two people are Mom and Dad. Good to see you, Mom and Dad, live and well. And Hantie, we got Hantie, everybody. So this is back to school week. So we're gonna talk about what is your favorite back to school moment. It could be your own personal moment, your kids' moment, school moment. Dad, you were a teacher for over 30 years. What was your favorite back to school? Okay. Instead of saying favorite, what's the one you can remember?
For us going back to school?
Yeah. Just any back to school moment. We just gonna go by whatever comes to your head. I'm not gonna try to hurt you.
Can you bring something a little bit closer to us?
Whatever back to school.
I can't even remember being in school.
Well, we're trying to make it easy. You can get your kids, your grandkids at this point, Hantie. What is your favorite? What back to school moment can you remember at this point? Anybody want to try to just give us a moment you can remember? Okay, we're gonna make it easy for you.
I'm gonna have to.
That I remember is that.
Go ahead, Dad. We lost Hantie.
Is that in the 8th grade going into 9th grade, we had to take some tests. They call them achievement test. And so, I took the achievement test, and Mrs. Hayden called me into the office, and I thought, why are you calling me into the office? I didn't do anything bad. I'm a good kid. And she told me my scores, and she said, Delbert, you are going into the college prep sector. And I said, but all my friends are not in that sector. And she said, no, you are going into college. And I said, no, are you sure you made a mistake or something like that? So I went home. I told my father that, Dad, I'm in the college prep course, and I don't want to be there. Well, I didn't float. He didn't like that at all. So when I went in there, in the class, my first day, I was really sad because I was looking around and all my friends were not there. All my friends were in other classes. And I hate to say it, but all the people in that class were white. And I pleaded with Dad again, and he says, son, you're going to stay in that class. Miss Judy Hayden was my advisor. And so I stayed in that class, and I struggled with it. And because I really didn't want to be there. And I remember my first Black teacher was Clarence Lusby. I knew that I wanted to be a teacher because he had a certain confidence there that I really liked. And I figured, well, I want to be like Mr. Lusby. So I went through the class, went through the course, and I went to college. And Mrs. Hayden, I went to my first school. Mrs. Hayden and I taught together in Niles. Sally Hayden. And that was really, really uplifting for me. Teaching was my passion.
Yeah.
I taught for 37 years.
And you were a math teacher for a lot of those years. So.
Yeah. And it's really something when you're in a system that, how do you say it? You're the only Black teacher there. It's really something else because you're being tested. They don't want to give you I remember they you have evaluations of classes. I remember the assistant superintendent said, well, Del, why do you have a seating chart? Why are all the kids in a certain perspective? And that was the assistant principal that was evaluating me.
Mm-hmm.
And so the principal looked at the evaluations and said, take that evaluation out.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't have control of your classroom, that is room for uh, chaos.
Mm-hmm.
So teaching was my passion.
Yes, yes, yes.
It was my
And,
passion.
and that's a wonderful story, Dad. So Hantie, Mom, you're next. What's your favorite back to school moment? Don't speak at once.
It's not about me.
Mm-hmm.
It's about my son.
Oh.
And and how he was being prepared to go off to college. And I remember getting him together, preparing him to take him to Oakwood College.
Mm-hmm.
He and his cousin, Carolyn. And we drove you down to Oakwood. I will never forget that day. We got you registered, went in your room, we got that all together, and got you settled in for your freshman year. When we got ready,
Mm-hmm.
my sister Frank,
Mm-hmm.
Delbert, and me, there was four of us in our car to, I never will forget, Todd and Carolyn. It looked like they were saying goodbye, you all, and you all started walking across campus like you've been there before, and you never looked back at us, to say, oh, there goes Mom and Dad. It looked like you all were prepared for that event of
Yeah.
being freshmen in college.
Well, the good-looking women also helped out too. So that
Oh,
the good-looking women helped out that transition really good.
Well,
Homesickness went away real quick when you see a pair of good legs. Um, thank you. Wonderful story, Mom. Well, Hantie, you're bringing up the rear tonight. What is your favorite, or excuse me, what back to school moment can you remember that you could talk about?
whew, I look so bad
You look good, Hantie.
that I can talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I have to right now. I'm living. My grandkids are the light of my life,
Mm-hmm.
and I love the way Carlin and Robin have tag teamed this.
Mm-hmm.
When it was time for Carlin for Dalen
Dalen.
to go to college,
Mm-hmm.
they both put in as much as they could as far as making him feel like mommy and daddy are still here, but you're going away.
Mm-hmm.
So they both, so on their first day uh, of school,
Mm-hmm.
Robin has always taken pictures of
Mm-hmm.
them, of their first day, and I thought, what a wonderful send off
Mm-hmm.
that she gives them every year.
Mm-hmm.
And Corinne, this was her 10th grade,
Mm-hmm.
and it was no different.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Dalen was on his way on his college campus,
Mm-hmm.
Robin was right there, cheering her on
Mm-hmm.
and letting her know, and had made a big sign,
Mm-hmm.
happy first day of being a sophomore or
Mm-hmm.
something like that. And I thought, how wonderful
Mm-hmm.
that taking time, probably buying the poster board. I don't know. Maybe she picked it up on the street. I don't know what she did, but it was very important. And I think that is very important in letting your kids know that you are behind them 100%.
Mm-hmm.
She did the same thing for Dalen, even though he was in college. She did the very same thing, and I applaud them for putting that extra effort. I think one year I sent Carlin down there, and I didn't even send any money.
Well,
But
you had two kids in very expensive schools at the time frame, so and
and
plus
that
two,
was their choice.
and plus two, I was there with Carlin, so he wasn't totally without any money. He had me and my mom and
Oh
dad.
wow, money bags.
But no, not money
But
back. I had a rock.
it was because he had worked in the summer in
Right.
Texas, and the month they had not cut the checks yet.
Mm-hmm.
But that wasn't going to stop me from sending him.
Mm-hmm.
He needed to go. Those days are important. The way you send your kids off to school.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are.
That's what I had to say.
I will say this. First day going to Niles West Side. Yeah, I could still see the color outfits that Carl and I still had there. It was like scary. Like, what is this? I thought it was a big babysitting thing.
Was that your first?
But
first grade when you went?
First grade. First grade. Yeah, I was sitting. I think
Who
you
was
have
your
a
first
picture.
grade teacher?
Mrs. Leaker. And
Okay.
it was so different because you see all the kids there, like, oh, this is a playground. Hey, I didn't know what school was all about. But that was a memorable. But I have to say, seeing my nephew Dalen sing on TV on the live thing.
Did you see
I
it?
mean, and seeing him do that to me on your very first time being reminds me of when I went to Oakland, my very first time in here, everybody praised the Lord and excited and like I said, everybody was praising the Lord. They looked like they looked like me. You know what I'm saying? And we weren't trying to rob each other or mug each other, which was some people would think that black folk do. And it was really nice to see everybody loving the Lord. And I just remember it sounded like a choir, like you're going to heaven. And folk, let me tell you something. If you ever get a chance to go to Oakwood, I'm going to sit at the welcome table, whatever song they sing, and the whole congregation sings in 3 to 4 part harmony. It's a moment you'll never forget.
That's right.
It changes your life. It changed my life. I was like, I want to go to heaven. That's what solidified me to be even more of a Christian. Because it's an experience that I haven't gotten since. A lot of places can't even replicate that. And seeing my nephew Dalen down there sing right off the bat, it was really good to see him, taking that family tradition of serving the Lord. And just, what I'm saying? He wasn't hanging out trying to hang with the thugs. You know what I'm saying? He's out there, and that was just good to see, and hope that he continues that on his journey down there, and hope, of course, Corinne does that too. So, yeah, we're praying, folk. Anyway,
Pray
church. But folk, if you have a child, encourage them when they first day of school. Make it important for them. Let them know that you're rooting for them. They don't treat those days like they're not special, because at the end of the day, that's someone's life that's going to be impacted. Even if you have multiple kids, make it special for them.
Or like they're coming back.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is no more first day of school. That's it.
And one day they'll be gone and you'll be in diapers. Hope you treated them days right, because they will come back on you one way or another. But I'm glad you all shared your what you could remember of your first days. I know y'all getting up there in age, so it's hard to remember the special days now, but I'm glad you guys took the time to explain to our audience, and I'm glad that we always put God in the middle of it, so that that we are Christians and we do love people and we love the Lord. Well, anyway, I think I'm rambling now because, like I said, it's good to see everybody, and I enjoy my time with my family whenever I get a chance to, because folk, I enjoy these moments, and I'm glad I'm capturing them. You guys just don't know. These are wonderful, wonderful moments. I'm glad God has given them to me. So anyway,
I'd just like to say one more thing before you close. That you, Todd, have made us very thankful that we put forth the effort to send you to a Christian school.
Mhm.
I am so thankful that Oakwood was a very, very high on the totem pole for you to get your spiritual blessing. And
I'm
you know,
glad you guys were smart enough to send me. I had other options,
yes,
and you
you
guys
did.
said just give us 1 year. I mean, yeah,
I
you
just
know,
want you
I
guys
didn't want to go. I was mad,
you.
and then when I got dropped,
Mhm.
off, I don't, you know, I didn't want to go to Oakwood, and then all of a sudden it's like, Todd, this is where you need to be. I think that my parents had enough wisdom and enough sense to send me there. So I suggest everybody ought to go to Oakwood, in my opinion, to get a chance to know God, if nothing else. But you will get a great education. And like I said, I'm glad you guys did that to me, to us, because it's an experience I'll never forget and relationships I will have for the rest of my life because of Oakwood. A lot of my friends have friends, but it ain't a friend like I have at Oakwood. You know what I'm saying? Even to this day, it's like a lifetime friendship.
Right.
And you know, anyway, I could talk all day about that. But thank you guys for having enough sense. Thank you for not listening to our stupidity.
Sense that's a pun.
Yeah. So anyway, we love you guys. Till next time we see you on Mom and Dad Talk. Bye.
Bye.